Fear sucks, and it's about time that you overcame fear. But unfortunately, you have never been told how to overcome fear, how to challenge yourself. See, fear is an obstacle. It's a mental block that keeps you from achieving the opportunities and outcomes that the universe wants for you to achieve and what you want to achieve for yourself. In this video, we're going to be going over what fear is, where it comes from, how, and more specifically, how to get rid of fear. If you don't know who I am JT. I'm a spiritual rapper, TikTok creator, and I talk about spirituality and I post my music periodically. So what is fear? Fear is the anticipated result of the future. It's what you fear will happen. For example, let's say you want to go skydiving. Maybe you fear that if you go skydiving, your parachute won't go off and you'll die. Maybe you fear that the helicopter that brings you up will run out of gas. Maybe you fear heights and the outcome of heights. So you're fearing the expected outcome of all the circumstances of going skydiving. You're not actually scared of skydiving. You're scared of your parachute failing. You're scared of the helicopter running out of gas. And you're scared of heights. A lot of these fears come from you living in the future. As we said before, fear is the anticipated result of a future outcome. You may fear asking your friend out that you've known for years that she'll reject you, that your friendship will never be the same. You may fear asking your boss for a raise even though you know you deserve a raise because you're afraid he'll say no and he'll fire you for it. We all have these fears within us, and it's not inherently bad to have fear. I personally believe it is bad to let fear dictate your life, let it dictating your circumstances, and let it ruling over your life. If you ask me, it's about time that you stop doubting yourself and live in the awesomeness and of the most beautiful person that you are. And there are many ways to do this and many obstacles stopping you from being an awesome person. But one of the biggest obstacles is fear. Fear served an evolutionary purpose. When we were out hunting for food, we would know there are certain animals not to go near, right? And if we didn't obey our fear, then we would have died. It was a life or death situation. Fear isn't all bad. Fear seeks to keep us safe. Like, yeah, it's probably not the smartest idea to go skydiving if you don't know about the parachutes or you don't know if the helicopter has enough gas. These are all super big concerns, and they're super valid concerns. Fear is meant to keep us safe, but unfortunately, you don't get anywhere in life if you are safe. Nobody said, man, I did exactly what I was told. I did nothing out of the box and I got everything that I wanted. No, you have to take yourself out of the box in order to get what you want. But unfortunately, the hardest part about getting out of that box is the expectation and the fear of what's on the other side of the box. In my opinion, a lot of us are like kittens on the side of New York. Imagine you're in Times Square and you are a kitten with like 8 other your brothers and sisters in a box. On the outside of the box, it literally says, "Free kitten, take one." You as a kitten have every capability to hop over the box and go on your merry way and explore Times Square. But as a kitten, you are so scared of hopping out of the box because you don't know what's on the other side of the box. It's not until somebody grabs you and takes you outside of the box and carries you with them or shows you how to be a true kitten living outside of the box that you're able to live outside of the box. That box is our comfort zone, and unfortunately, fear tries to keep us back inside that comfort zone, and it shouldn't. We listen to this idea that fear should rule our lives, that fear has our best interest at heart. And because of that, we live our entire lives stuck in this cardboard box. Well, you know what would have happened if the kitten stuck inside that cardboard box? They would have died. There's no food or water in the box besides the other kittens. And I doubt a kitten's going to eat another kitten. So fear all around sucks, and it's just a major obstacle for us to get around, but we're not taught on how to get around it. So I'm going to tell you how to get around it. This is how you can beat fear. This is how you can overcome your fear. This is how to overcome fear. You have to flip the fear around. Take what the fear is and then flip it around. Going back to our skydiving example, let's say that we are scared that the parachute is not going to go off, right? Our fear is that I am afraid that the parachute will not go off as I'm jumping off the airplane, and then I will die. Flip that around and say, the parachute won't go off because my skydiving instructor already inspected it. Maybe you're scared of the helicopter running out of gas. The helicopter isn't going to run out of gas, okay? The flight instructor fills up the gas beforehand. And because it fills up the gas beforehand, you don't have to worry about there being no gas. The flight instructor wants to be on the ground too. He wants to survive as well. So you don't think that the person flying the airplane is going to make sure that he has at least enough gas to go up and down? Of course he does. The second way to flip around fear, besides eliminating your self-limiting beliefs, is to literally live in the present moment. We discussed earlier about how fear is all about the anticipation of a future result. Well, the quickest way to get around fear is to not think about that future result, to live radically in the moment, to live so radically in the moment that you're not concerned what happens 10 minutes from now, 5 minutes from now, even a minute from now. You're only concerned with the present moment. And there are a lot of ways to do this. My favorite way is whenever I'm starting to feel this fear or this negative anticipation of a result that may or may not happen, is I focus on my breath. Now, this could be considered meditation, but instead what I call this is just focusing on the present moment. See, your breath is the most present thing. The reason why meditation and people who teach you meditation, all these spiritual gurus tell you to focus on your breath, is because it's something that's constant and always lives in the present moment. You are always breathing. And so when you focus on your breath, you are retuning into the present moment. And the third way to beat fear is to stop filling your mind up with dumb shit. I'll give you an example in my personal life. My cat was having a stomach issue a couple days ago. His poop was turning red, so I Googled, reasons why your cat's poop must turn red. You know what the first link was? Your cat has kidney disease. And so I was sitting here living in fear for the next week and a half till my vet that my cat has kidney disease, that he's not going to be able to survive as a 7-month-old cat. And so I started Googling things. I started Googling how to get rid of kidney disease. Can 7-year-old cats survive with kidney disease? Ways to herbally treat kidney disease. I was searching up all these negative results because I feared that my cat would have kidney disease. I went and took him to the vet. He doesn't have kidney disease. They said there is nothing wrong with him. And yes, I still think there's something wrong with him, but I know it's not his kidneys because he got a blood sample done. And if his blood's crystal clear, then there's not an issue with his kidneys. It must be something dietary. So oftentimes we live in this anticipated fear. We keep filling our mind up with complete crap. For example, when we're taught skydiving, okay, right in some of the intro videos, it literally goes over, make sure your parachute is buckled, make sure your parachute is tight. It teaches you to look out for these things. And as it's teaching you to look out for these things, you're becoming increasingly aware of the dangerous outcome of the situation, which you should be. You should be aware of what could possibly happen. But just because you're aware of what could possibly happen doesn't mean you should let what could possibly happen be what happens. There are thousands of ways to kill fear. And fear, unfortunately, is something that there are thousands of ways to kill fear. And unfortunately, we keep falling into victim to fear. We're not taught how to overcome fear. We're not taught how to kick fear's ass. We're not taught on how to be an awesome person, someone who's fearless, someone who's living their ideal life. And unfortunately, fear is one of the main obstacles that people have to overcome in order to do that. Before you leave, comment below what your fear is. I would love to have a conversation with you about fear, and maybe we could find a way to destroy some self-limiting beliefs you have. And if you like this type of video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because you're going to miss out on future content. And I want to see you become the most awesome person you can be. It's your boy JT, and I'm out.